Hi, I'm Kottaveiinflux, where every day is a journey into my mind. Gently, I welcome you to my imagination and the next season of my life. So, every fall, like clockwork, since my kids were little, and even as an adult, and bringing friends along, I go up apple picking because I love apples. I love fresh apples off the tree. There's nothing in the store like them. They're amazing, right? The first thing I do when I get home, though, as I've always pre-prepared for this moment, is to make caramel apples. I love caramel apples. That sweet, kind of chewy caramel coating. And then I take some and I roll them in nuts and I eat them. I bite into that chewy caramel, crunchy, outer nut crust and hit that sweet, crunchy sound you get from a really fresh apple and realize all I ever really wanted was the apple. So you may say, what does this have to do with art? Well, hold on a minute. I'm going to tell you. I realized that I would go do all this work and come back and add extra work on top of work because at the end of it, I realized all I really wanted was the sweet apple. Why was I doing all this extra, putting the caramel and putting the nuts on? Because of nostalgia. I had been doing it for so long. It felt like the thing I should do. Well, not should. It was the thing I was doing. And it was in my memory the thing you do when you go fresh apple picking, in addition to make pies. Because my apple pie, well, any of my pies are great. My crust game is on point. But in terms of art, how often do we do the same thing because it's what we've always done? And by we, I mean me. Right? I've spent all of this time at this residency trying to pivot, and it was harder than I thought, but I managed to. I managed to find some things I really, really enjoyed that I want to push forward with. I managed to pare down this whole idea that I need the perfect pencil, the perfect paper, just the right inspiration. The right paints, whatever it was I thought I needed, I was able to pare that down and realize I didn't need it. At the end of the day, I just wanted to create. Just like with the caramel coated nut apple, at the end of the day, I realized I just wanted the crispy apple. Honey Crisp, by the way, are the best apples. And I wanted that fresh sound that the apple makes. I didn't need all of this extra stuff on top of my beautiful apples I just picked off the tree. Just like with my art, a lot of the things I thought I needed, a lot of the things I felt like I couldn't be creative without, actually were not necessary at all. And isn't that ironic? Right? Wasn't necessary at all. I have literally realized that no matter where I am, who I'm around, what my limitations are in terms of materials, there's something to be made out of that. Even here, staring at the clouds and daydreaming what they look like and what that might be, that is a form of art. I actually have taken pictures and on my phone drawn on top of the cloud to see what I was seeing when I was laying on my back looking at the clouds. And is that not art making? And it required very little of me. When I'm walking here in the forest and my feet are pressing down on the soft moss in the forest, looking at my footprints. Somewhere, someone's going to document that. And that's a piece of artwork. I was in the forest yesterday. I was foraging for chanterelle mushrooms and fresh blueberries and wild strawberries. And I saw this huge tree that was on the ground. It was beginning to be overtaken by nature. And I stopped and I took a picture and I thought to myself, this is literally the image of if a tree falls in the forest and no one's there to hear it, does it make a sound? My creativity while here has magnified itself with the knowledge that there is no particular thing or theme or object or inspiration or motivation required for me to use my creativity and make something from whatever is around me. And I am taking that knowledge and moving forward because as I travel here in Yan, as I do various artist residencies, I'm going to work with what I have. I'm going to minimize what I think I need basically strip down my life to the raw, crunchy, sweet apple. And isn't that enough? Isn't that really enough? Do I need suitcases full of materials and sketchbooks full of ideas? Okay, I do need the sketchbooks full of ideas. Scratch that. But I don't need as much as I thought I needed to get something that's finished, that I'm pleased with, that I love, because at the end of the day, anything I create is coming from my spirit through me. And if I'm not satisfied with it, I don't care whether other people like my work. And so at the end of it, if they do, that's great. Great. But if they don't, it's still okay with me. It's what comes through me that I'm putting out in the world as my offering for my gifts, talents, and abilities. But that's definitely not why I make. So as I go through my life from this point only, and I literally go apple picking for the art and the work and the materials I need to push through those things that are coming through my spirit visually, then I'm going to continue to strip down and work with those minimal things, and anything else that comes, any beautiful papers, any special paints, any inspiration. I'm just going to consider that a bonus, and I'm going to lean into it and accept it in that moment and use it for wherever I am creatively at that point. So keep in mind, caramel apples, and they're sweet, but you don't need all that. Sometimes the apple is just enough. So I am Kottaveiinflux, living my life with no ceiling, no floor, no walls, no box, just the world. If you enjoyed this talk, like, subscribe, and I encourage you to share with other creatives.